players and coaches and managers always have to now come do what we do. And all of a sudden they now start appreciating, like, well, your job's a little bit harder. Yeah, not as easy as you think, is it? But now he's starting to do a little TV, but he still works for the Giants. 3 World Series rings. I mentioned Bobby Evans is here, former GM, worked with Ron for years. I mean, what a run that these guys had as San Francisco Giants. And Ron Wotus, I mean, you think about some of the accomplishments. You go back, I've got some fun facts. Back in 1991, where were you in 1991? The San Jose Giants, he was managing the San Jose Giants with a record of 92-44. The best winning percentage in 71 years of San Jose's franchise. Because it hasn't always been the San Jose Giants, obviously. Pretty good. And that was the best winning percentage in all professional baseball in 1991. Let's not forget that legendary matchup of the San Jose Giants and the High Desert Mavericks. Now you might be saying, why are you even bringing this up? Does anybody know who was managing the High Desert Mavericks in 1991? Ted knows. That would be Bruce Bochy. Wotus and the Giants took down Bruce Bochy and the Mavericks 8 out of 12 times. Wotus and the Giants finished 19 games ahead of Bochy and the High Desert Mavericks. It goes on and on. You think about his career as a World Series champion. But I just know, being around the game, the respect that everybody has for Ron and how he has dedicated his life to making players better. The sign of a true coach. You don't win championships, you don't play in the playoffs, you don't get without the great coaches. Not only do you have to have the great manager and you got to have the great front office, but you got to have guys out there who are helping the players get better every single day, even at the big league level. And that's why today we are honoring Ron Wotus. Marquess Life Achievement Award. We don't have it on here, but to honor the great Stanford coach, truly one of the great coaches in the history of college baseball.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Does this come out of here, this thing? Hello, everybody. I just want to say that it's a real honor for me to be here. I mean, everybody says that, but you know, I'm from Connecticut. And I think it's because I married a California girl, my wife Lori, who's here tonight, that maybe you guys are recognizing me. It's when I got the call from Sandy, I was really touched. There's a lot of locals here that are great players, coaches, and it's just great to be a part of it. And for you guys to recognize me, I really appreciate it. So thank you for that to the committee. It's great to be here. It's also real nice to be here because I get to see so many people that have touched my life. Starting back in San Jose, Mark Wilson, Linda Pereira, all the other people that are here currently with the San Jose Giants. I go about 20 games a year now to work with players in San Jose. And it's real special to me as well is getting to see Ted Barrett, and I'm happy for Bill Miller to get this award. I have to tell you, Boch never wanted to go to home plate, so I spent 19 years as a bench coach, and he would only go to the plate to see a couple of umpires that were his friends. These guys will tell you, he didn't chat with the umpires very much, so I always had to go up. And at the beginning of my major league career, they looked at me and they said, "Not you again." And by the end of my major league career, I looked forward to going out to home plate or coaching third and be able to talk to Bill and Ted while the game is going on. Now you got to know, between the two of them, between A-ball, AA, and AAA, the two of them probably threw me out of minor league games at least 8 times. There was one day in San Jose that Ted threw me out. I think it was in Stockton, and I went out to the middle of the field, and I just threw up my arms like this. He threw me out, the ex-boxer, you know, he wasn't going to take it. I went out there and I thought I was Billy Martin, and I wasn't kicking dirt on him, but I was kicking grass, and the grass wasn't moving, so I looked like an idiot. But being here brings me back. It brings me back as well because I see these great athletes here. Some of them in high school, some just leaving high school. I wish I looked like you guys when I was in high school or just out of high school. I was about 165 pounds and skinny as a rail, so I was very fortunate to get an opportunity and make it pay off. I also want to say that I want to thank all of the coaches that are here for all their hard work. I hear the names over the years being coaching with the Giants and being from Connecticut. I hear the names, all the great coaches that are in this room, but I don't get to know them. And when I stepped away from coaching after the 21 season, part of it was to be with my family more, be with Lori, all the sacrifices that the women make and the wives. You young players, you're going to get married, you better pick a good one. Because I want to thank my wife for putting up with the career that I had all these years. And all you coaches know it, the moms know it, the wives know it. Some of the guys up here already talked about it. It is not easy. So thank you to the women that keep our baseball careers going. You know, it's great to see the Little Leaguers here. Congratulations on your accomplishment. It gets tougher now, guys. It gets a lot tougher. Everybody's gunning for you. So don't look in the past, look to the future, and listen to what Mitch and Petey told you, because that's great advice that they gave you. And us as coaches, we like to think that we are difference makers. And you may be when you're younger, but the higher you go and you get into Major League Baseball, I can tell you right now, you win with players. You don't win championships without players. But I think the thing that Jock touched on about you don't have to have the highest payroll, you have to have people that you trust, people that you believe in. That goes a long way. If you look at our World Championships, 10, 12, and 14, we were never the best team on paper. We were never picked to win anything. And we were able to accomplish it. And obviously the 2012 season, when we had 7 elimination games, really speaks how important it is to be together and to play as a team. And I'm just mentioning that because, you know, I get asked a lot where I go is, what are your favorite moments with the San Francisco Giants? And obviously winning 10, 12, and 14, you would obviously would say, those are great moments. Matt Cain's perfect game, the no-hitters that we had. But I can tell you this, the older I get, and now that I stepped away as a special assistant and get a chance to go back to the minor leagues and work, come places like this, get to know people that I didn't really have time for when I was coaching, and that's what really steals your time as a major league player, especially a coach, is not being able to spend the time with people. But what I remember most in the special moments for me is the relationships and the people that I worked with. And I think about Bobby Evans and, of course, Brian Sabian, who just left the organization. I could tell you, even when we lost, it was special because we were in it together, we believed in each other, and I know this word's thrown around a lot, but we felt like we were family. And I'm grateful to them to entrusted me to be a bench coach and an infield coach for as long as I had with the Giants, and that wouldn't have happened without guys like Brian Sabian and Bobby Evans. So I wanted to thank them publicly for that. Chris, you got anything else you want to ask? Thank you. The last thing I guess I'll say, unless somebody wants to ask a question over here, is, you know, for the players that are here, it's a great time in your life. I wish I could go back. Just out of high school or going into college, those are special moments. Embrace it, give it all you can, And as I was just saying, I think the people, if you could take time for the people in your life and in your career and recognize them and keep that relationship, I think you'll really be happy that you did that as time goes on. And that's why I'm so happy to be here, to be around everybody. I see so many friends over the years. John Hughes, a great scout, is with Oakland now, known him for Rich Bordy. You mentioned everybody here, and I hope I get a chance to meet the great college coaches that are here tonight. If you come to a San Jose Giants game, I'll be down there about 20 games a year, or I'll end at the Major League Park. Come say hello. And from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate all of you that come up to me and tell me you sit by third base or you're in the stands and thank me. Believe me, I want to thank you, because without the fans, we played a COVID year and it was not the same. So you guys enriched my life so much by saying those things and supporting us. So thank you very much, and go Giants.